I got a lot of problems with you people, and you're going to hear about it.
Well, all right. We're back. Let's do this. And hello, g'day. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Good Movie Monday. It's September 9. We are barreling towards the end of the year. Can you believe it?
It scares the hell out of me.
You know what? Last week, we actually had our first Christmas meeting. And that terrified me. But at the same time, like you pointed out the other week, you know, it is just that little bit closer to holidays.
Well, I went to the dentist today, and they had Aqua Barbie Girl playing on the radio, and I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't Christmas music.
Yeah, well, that's true, because the Christmas decos are... Let's not talk about Christmas yet. Let's not do it.
I was on TV today. The ticker was on, because I'm a man in my 80s, and they were talking about the Black Friday sales and stuff, and Thanksgiving and everything. And I'm like, we don't even have... Like, I know we've adopted it from overseas, and I like a discount as much as the next, bordering on living on the poverty line arts worker. But Jesus Christ.
I know. Insane. But anyway, let's clock up another episode as we barrel towards that time of the
inevitable end of year.
Yes, so as I said, welcome to Good Movie Monday. We are the podcast, of course, dedicated to nerdy cinematic ramblings. I'm Glenn Cochran. Would you like to introduce yourself this week?
I'm Ben Helwig.
Fantastic. That sounded good.
You know what I'm looking forward to? You know what my favourite thing about the end of the year is?
What?
It's when we do our last episode and you go, great, no more show until for like 2 months, and then a week goes past, and then I get this, hey, I'm thinking about the show.
Want to do a summer series? Last year we did that with Goxie.
We did do it with Goxie.
Who are we going to drag in this year?
I'm thinking it's probably going to be...
Ben wants no one.
Yeah. Is it going to be Matthew Holmes? Glenn Triggs?
Well, there's some local people.
Nathan Hill?
Local people we can get in on the show.
Yeah.
Who else? I mean, you're adding to the schedule
Tony
now.
Martin.
You're adding to the schedule.
Let's try and get Tony Martin on the show.
I was only thinking about that today.
We could talk about New Zealand cinema with Tony Martin.
We could
get the other Tony Martin in and talk about the interview at East Street.
Both Tony Martins in, and they can talk amongst each other.
Tony Martin on Martin.
Then we can get the John Woods in.
The two John Woods.
And that's funny because I was actually talking to, lo and behold, Glenn Triggs yesterday, and he told me that somebody, I think his editor, someone on the production is Ben, and he was talking about Glenn and Ben, and I'm like, hang on.
Glenn and Ben?
We can get the other Glenn and Ben on the show.
And the only way we'll be able to tell each other apart is that you'll be Glennis and I'll be Bennis.
That's right.
And,
what the hell are we talking about?
That's right. Good Movie Monday. We've gone down our own wormhole.
That's right. Always a pleasure to have you with us. Thank you. Obviously, if you're new to the show, then welcome. And if you're a long-term listener, then you're in the right place.
You know, I think we should switch up the show a bit. I've been watching a lot of TikTok lately.
Yep.
Which Good Movie Monday is on, along with Instagram, Twitter, and Facebookins, and YouTube, and Spotify, and Letterboxd. Mm-hmm. But we should just read. Am I the Arsehole videos, stories from Reddit. Yeah. Because that seems to be what gets the views.
That is what they all do. I have picked up on that. Believe me, there's that good old, what is it? I can't remember the name of it. Tony and Ryan podcast, which is huge. And that's all they do. What
we should do is come up, just read out movie plots, but do it as from the point of view of a character with an "Am I the Arsehole?" And then, but in the background, we just have a video of somebody cleaning brickwork with a high pressure hose.
Well, you always call yourself the dad and me the son. So what we could do is pretend we're in a video store and you're reading the cover out to me, and I'm the one that goes, "Well, nah." Next one.
And then when you pick one, I go, "We've got that at home."
That's right. You've watched it too many times.
We borrowed that last week, Glennis.
Well, if you're on our social media, you may have seen our banner this week. We have a special guest by the name of James Watkins, who is a director of movies like Eden Lake, which I'm sure you can get behind. That was a fantastic movie.
I already didn't like going into the woods camping, and I also didn't like youth. So...
Well, he also made Bastille Day, The Woman in Black, and he's got a brand new one, Speak No Evil, which is currently in cinemas, and it's an English remake of the Danish film. It's actually pretty intense, and if you've never seen the Danish film, then it's really going to hit hard. I think you'll like it. So we're going to talk to him a little bit later on the show, which is fun.
Did you ask him why they were allowed... And this is if you're playing the Good Movie Monday drinking game at home, get ready. Did you ask him why he was allowed to call a film Speak No Evil and he didn't have to call it, Lee Daniels Speak No Evil? Or
Well,
because I have released a film called Speak No Evil.
The director of the Danish one executive produces this one too. So
he gave them permission. But how did he even allow them to do it?
I don't know. Anyway, it's
The butler.
The movie is fucked up. And speaking of fucked up, we have our first segment in a few minutes with Jarrett's PE class, and that is an informative chat about what's coming out on physical media. Jarrett from Monster Pictures and Monster Fest, that is. As are you. Just might throw that out there.
I am, and I think, yeah.
You think?
I think
Sometimes.
you've introduced it then. You'll introduce it then in the segment at the start as well.
Mm-hmm.
And probably just before we cut to it, you'll introduce it again.
Yeah, why not?
Because,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to do a Terrific TV Tuesday.
You know why?
Where I can intro that several times.
You know why this is? You know why I'm doubling down on that?
Just in case you cut it out?
No, because a few weeks ago I really underplayed it, and I think Jarrett got a bit offended when I didn't introduce him properly.
You made him introduce himself.
So I'm doubling down on that.
You made me introduce myself this week and acted like it was a treat.
Was it? You know,
To be honest, it was a treat. I enjoyed it.
I was actually, before you got here, I was sitting on the couch waiting for you to arrive, and I thought to myself, wouldn't it be fun if one week I just let Ben plan and host the show? And then I thought he's going to say, that's too much work.
I would fucking love it.
Why don't you?
Just pass me the laptop. I'll read the notes.
Well, you can. You've got to make the notes, though.
Yeah, just send me those notes and I'll adapt them to next week's show. Well, look,
Are you committing to this now?
Yeah.
Alrighty. I am looking forward to next week's show.
I'll have to have a laptop that works. I have to bring my porn laptop in, and God knows you're not allowed to look at the search history on that. Chrome only, my friend. You stay away from... No, actually, Safari only. Stay away from Chrome. Don't look on the hard drive.
We also have Terrific TV Tuesday on the slate, which is Ben's brainchild. It's where we shoehorn some TV talk into a movie show. That's what that is.
It's the only Terrific TV Tuesday segment to drop on a Monday.
Correct.
It's genius.
Makes it special.
What kind of twisted criminal genius would come up with that idea?
I don't know. There's only one.
And I should have said who's got two thumbs. And thought that was a good idea. This guy. I'm doing this all for the video now. I'm just watching myself on camera.
The Boneheads,
I'm thoroughly enjoying
from the Bonehead Weekly podcast, will be up to insert another segment for you. They'll be chatting about
insert what? Sorry, Glenn?
Speaking of weapons in movies,
where are they going to insert it?
Well, you got to stick around for that.
Stick it in my ear holes.
And of course, at the end of the show, towards the end, we're going to forego the recommendations and we're going to throw it to you and we're going to talk about topics that you want us to talk about. But if you're watching this particular segment right now on YouTube or Facebook, if you want to hear that conversation, you've got to listen to the full audio episode because this video is only the first part of the show. Just want to put that out
Even though it feels like it goes forever.
It kind of does. They're getting longer, that's for sure. What else? We've got 2 Grouse songs lined up, which, as Ben said, you can find on our Spotify playlist and the socials. He's already done that. So well done. Thank you.
Yeah, I just screwed up your little running order.
Doesn't matter. We can just move on to Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Well, funny you say Beetlejuice, right? So, all right, we'll get to that in a minute. So, Beetlejuice, obviously the long-awaited sequel to, lo and behold, Beetlejuice has arrived.
You said it 3 times now, sucker.
That's right. The juice is loose.
Hey, I'm a professional, huh?
Hey. That's from the first movie. Well, let's talk about this movie. Straight off the bat, I think if I was to do a soundbite review, I'd say I loved it. However, there is a lot to unpack, and there's a lot of things I would do away with in the movie, and a lot of things that I think were miscalculated. But overall, a fucking fun movie and a welcome return for Tim Burton, I think. What do you reckon?
Oh, look, I thought it was a fantastic 30-minute film. Unfortunately, it went for 90 minutes or whatever it went for.
Yeah, look, I felt like it was overstuffed with subplots. I think there were a lot of things in there that didn't need to be in there as far as storyline goes. Characters that didn't need to be in there. I question whether even Justin Theroux needed to be in there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no. I mean, look, I like a good sleaze in a movie as much as the next guy, but that was a bit too far. More Bobs. More Bobs, less Justin Theroux.
I think Monica Bellucci was wasted. I think she should have been just the central villain and the more focus on that storyline, and instead they introduced other storylines with the daughter and her boyfriend. And
like, for me, isn't it? I just felt it was lazy storytelling to introduce a villain for like Beetlejuice is the villain in the Beetlejuice films.
Yeah. Well, kind of.
He's not the hero.
He's not exactly a bad guy though.
He's
kind of an anti-hero.
No.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy.
He's a bad guy. He's completely out for himself. He's 100% self-involved. The only reason he is doing everything that the kid that's one of the other villains in the film is doing.
Yeah.
He just wants to get out of the afterlife. He is complete. Like he is the. Well, he is the villain.
I don't feel like that is his MO in this one. Maybe in the first one.
I mean, just because they made the cartoon series where he's like the lovable sidekick. He's the bad guy.
Yeah. Look, and this is the funny thing about it, because I've been thinking about this movie a lot over the last few days, and at first I came out of the movie thinking, really, I'm going to unpack this and not like it at all. But the more I have unpacked it, the more I do like it, and I'm able to put aside all my reservations, but there are a lot of reservations. I hated the way they had Beetlejuice break the fourth wall.
Oh,
I mean,
that was pretty funny.
Once is good. Like, I don't mind once, but then to go back to it, I feel like you're just doubling down, and that doesn't pop. What else? I mean,
not enough tits.
not enough.
Standard complaint.
But the Beetlejuice. So in the original, the joke is they pick up the pamphlet and they say Beetlejuice. They can't pronounce his name right.
Yeah.
In this one, everyone picks it up and seems to go, "Oh, Beetlejuice."
Beetlejuice, yeah.
It's like, these are people that don't even know who this person is or this villain is, and yet they know his name just by reading it wrong.
Look, my problem with this film, and I can't even remember what the song is.
Richard Marx?
Is that what it is?
Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right here waiting for you.
It's no Harry Belafonte.
You should know it. I sing it to you every week.
You do. But usually your mouth's full at the time.
Oh, no, you're thinking of the set piece, like later in the film.
Yeah.
The Day-O-ish.
The Day-O thing.
Moment. Yeah.
Which is like such a main part of the...
I sang that for nothing, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you TikTok it later. Such a main part of the original movie. And the Harry Belafonte stuff is great. Works really well in that regard. You know what I watched this week?
No.
I watched last night, I literally put it on to disguise the sound of me masturbating, but I ended up just watching it and not masturbating at all, was Here Comes the Boom. And
hang on. Okay, so the Kevin James one. You're not talking about the stupid bloody TikTok one.
No. I'm talking about the Kevin James one.
We bring the boom. That's what we... Anyway, it's a TikTok thing.
Yeah.
It's the IKEA guy. So the Costco
Don't make
guy.
fun of your father by talking about the Tic Tac.
Well, it is a father and son thing. Anyway, I'm digressing.
The Kevin James, and in it, when he first starts doing it, he comes out to the Here Comes the Boom. That's where the title of the film comes from.
Yep.
That's the music that plays when he comes out.
Uh-huh.
And then the Irish guy in his first kind of bigger professional fight, or his first big professional UFC fight.
Yep.
Comes out and steals the song. So they have to Henry Winkler has to choose the song.
That's right.
And he chooses Holy Holy by Neil Diamond.
That's right.
And he goes, and like through the whole thing, he's just going, it builds, like, come on. And they're like dancing as they're trying to get people psyched up. And that's how I felt about the centerpiece song in Beetlejuice.
Such a great gag in Here Comes the Boom. Look, I didn't mind this moment in Beetlejuice. I laughed at it, and I just, at the same time, was thinking, well, there's no way they were going to top the Banana Boat song. Like,
no.
That was never going to happen. And so I liked where they went with it. I liked seeing these characters again, though, I must say. Like, I mean, interesting that Winona Ryder's kind of stuck with the whole persona.
Like, she hasn't grown out of the goth thing. I just wish that I wish they would have, like, I thought spent way too much time on Catherine. Like, Catherine O'Hara got all the personality stuff, and Winona Ryder got no personality stuff.
Interesting. Her character, they did tone her character down a bit, Catherine O'Hara's. Like, she was much more like, I guess, worldly now. Like, she's a little more...
Yeah, but just a self-involved... Like,
almost more motherly in a way. But
I guess it's because she's now more famous than Winona Ryder is
she's yeah. Are you talking about Catherine O'Hara in general, or
in real life. Like
Yeah,
they gave her the bigger part
yeah.
because
That's
they
true.
gave Winona Ryder very little to do other than, okay, look worried, action. Feel a bit stressed, action.
I'll tell you who I don't like, and that's Jenna Ortega. Just don't like her.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Jenna Ortega, but I mean, it's a nothing role for her, really.
Yeah.
She, I mean, and look, guys, she's probably been too old to play a teenager, living with her parents for about 5 years now.
In high school.
In high school,
Yeah.
like not even. Yeah.
Did you notice that Winona Ryder was wearing the schoolgirl's outfit at one point in the film? She was
No, I
wearing the
didn't.
same one from the original. That was odd. Just a weird
Yeah,
moment.
because people won't recognise her if she doesn't look exactly the same.
But look, I thought the movie brought enough new concepts, new ideas that it was very fun. I had a good time watching it, and I will definitely buy
I
it.
enjoyed it. I even enjoyed the 5 minutes I fell asleep. The pivotal ending scene where I
And you said to me, I think I fell asleep. I'm like, you definitely fell asleep.
because in my head, let me explain. In my head, it's just close my eyes. I was still exactly like all I've done is blink.
Mm.
But sometimes I'm like,
It's like a micro sleep.
I don't know what just happened.
What am I doing here?
Where am I?
Why is your hand down my pants?
Yeah, I mean, I always know the answer to that.